Hello, and welcome back, once again, to my playthrough of Wild Arms. I am Kupo of the JAGKast, as you undoubtedly know if you clicked the link to watch the video and have watched any of the previous ones. And today, we're going to go through Cecilia's prologue. Now, I've mentioned this previously, but Cecilia's is almost certainly going to be the longest of the 3 prologue episodes. So, just letting you guys know, buckle in for that. Me? Are you calling me? And yeah, sorry, up on the top of the screen a second ago it flashed, "Oh, innocent one." So, apologies, I was talking over that. It's dark in here. I can't see. Take my wishes to your heart, innocent one. Tell me your name. We will again be bound by the ancient contract. Who are you? I'm not the one you want. Hurry. Tell me your name. Once again, the world is being engulfed by darkness. Tell me your name. My name is... And once again, since we're going only with default names, Cecilia. Also, does this, sound suspiciously like it might be some sort of demonic contract to anyone else? Like, obviously I know what's going on, but just devoid of that extra information. This is pretty damn fishy. Girl, Cecilia, let go of your ego. The power is in the book. Hooray for being cryptic. Who are you? Cecilia. Cecilia. Cecilia, the innocent one. Cecilia. 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 Cecilia, the class is over. Huh? What happened? Are you turning 17 today? You need to work on not being so spaced out. Aren't you supposed to go back to Adelaide when you turn 17? I worry about the future if our princess has mental problems. So right there, Cecilia is the princess of the kingdom. Gee, you guys are really being nice to me today. You're going back to Adelaide soon, aren't you? You should say farewell to everyone. Yeah, I need to do that. Are you done yet? Stop procrastinating. Get going. Everyone will appreciate your visit. Done saying goodbye. They're waiting. Sister Mary. Cecilia, you're almost ready to leave the Abbey. Your life from here on is going to be a journey. You must be cautious. I have no idea how in the world I should be voicing a nun. The teardrop crystal is very beautiful. It's supposed to have special powers hidden inside. Oh, you mean this teardrop crystal? So, yeah, Cecilia is the princess of the Kingdom of Adelaide, and she has been growing up in an abbey. I'm actually not sure how long. I don't think it's ever stated how long she's been living here up until now. But since it's her 17th birthday, she's, I guess, an adult in this world, and therefore gets to go back home and be all princessy and whatnot. Lila may talk a lot, but she also likes to listen a lot. Wow, I added a lot of extra words there. Also listens a lot. Book entitled Philgaia. Yeah, we want to read it. No one has been able to stop the degeneration of Filgaia. Wow, what an informative book. Thanks. Was really hoping for some extra details there. But yeah, so that teardrop that I was using earlier is Cecilia's first tool. Cecilia, good timing. I know you'll help me out. I was sorting the books, but I ended up making a mess. I'm terrible at this. Angie, the magician, has a magic pocket watch. Please, Cecilia, get the watch from Angie and help me clean the library. The watch will reverse time and put all the books back on the shelves. Well, that sounds useful. Ancient civilization. There are advanced machines found all over Filgaia. Many of them are weapons. Scientists refer to them as arms. Ancient relic machines. Arms. Arms and relics of ancient battles have been excavated from the same layer of soil. So that hand cannon that Rudy had is essentially an ancient weapon of war that was made with technology they don't have currently. A book entitled The History of Filgaia. Do you want to read it? Yes. About 1,000 years ago, a race of metal demons tore through Filgaia. The Guardians, the Elves, and the humans won the war at a considerable cost. After the Guardians lost their strength, the land could not maintain its life force. The weak faded away. The elf disappeared, never to be seen again. Not sure why it said the weak faded away. I'm guessing it's supposed to be like the weakened Guardians or something. The blue crest, Geo, defense and creation, the power of earth. The red crest, Frey, attack and destruction, the power of fire. The white crest, Wing, change and prosperity, the power of wind. The black crest, Muse, adjustment and growth, the power of water. Don't talk to me, I gotta memorize this stuff. So that's just a quick rundown on the magical elements we have. Basic magic. Spells are created by binding 2 elemental crests onto a crest graph. So all those 4 that she just listed, we can combine them in any combination of the 2 or one with itself to create spells. And we'll have a couple by the time we get to the dungeon for her prologue. Forces of 2 elements create a spell. You can bind the spell to a crest graph. Here, take my crest graph. This is my gift to you. Use this at the Magic Guild to create your own spells using what you've learned. Difficult to use magic correctly. If you keep it up, someday succeed. Oh, we were apparently the best student. That's nice. Magic must be approached with a pure heart and clear mind. So essentially, this abbey is where they send young girls to learn how to be magicians. The head chef, Jacques, has worked at the abbey the longest. He must know a lot about the abbey. Well, let's talk to Jacques and check these barrels, see if there's anything good. You, it's not dinner time yet. Hi, Cecilia. The meal's not ready yet. What if I want a snack, guys? Come on. Ooh, Mystic Apple. I think that now gives us... Yeah, I believe that's one of every kind of apple we can get. So, hooray for that. That was weird. Got a little bit of tearing there. Bless the one who lives for today. The light will purify you. Please stop by here anytime. So I think that's just free healing if we need it. Magic Guild, assemble simple magic. Alright. We have white magic and black magic. Let's go with wait. Okay, so she already knows heal. Increase response is basically make faster. Increase defense. That is going to be handy in the upcoming segments. So we have made shield. Now, if there should be at least one more crest graph to find, which, spoiler alert, we'll be using to make fire. And then when we've got shield and fire, this prologue isn't going to be any problem whatsoever. In the Kirin Abbey, the Guardians are the center of worship. I'm here to learn magic, not worship the Guardians. Aren't you? So, we've had Guardians mentioned a couple times now, but don't really know what they are. Lila? Oh, she's sick from something she ate the other day. If you're tired, you're welcome to take one of these beds, Cecilia. Nah, we're alright. So, the nun, I believe, cures any status, and we can go here to get all our health back, but that shouldn't be necessary. Cecilia, you eat so much. You've gotten to be known as the Glutton Woman, the great mage of... Ouch! So, I'm not sure if the ouch is like stomach pains or if Cecilia slapped her. I'd kind of like to think it's the latter, because it's funnier that way. This should be where we get the pocket watch. Good timing, please take a look. This is the Guardian Stone. It responds to the power of the Guardians. According to my studies, the teardrop has some connection to them. Push the tools button near the desk and use the teardrop. Yeah, we don't need a fourth wall. The Guardian Stone should respond. If you do this for me, I shall give you my pocket watch. And it glows! So, we know the Guardians were a nature force on Fulgaia. They seem to be the center of worship here in this abbey. And this mystical relic that Cecilia has some sort of connection to them. Just as I thought, there's a definite reaction. Your teardrop crystal and the Guardians are linked in some way. The teardrop is the secret treasure of the Adlehyde family. That's why the stone glowed. This will help so much in furthering my research. You can have my pocket watch. It's very useful. By using the pocket watch, you can go back in time. You can reconstruct broken boxes and reset objects that are stuck in place. It may not always be effective, but its magic is worth repeating. Oh no. Okay, I had some issues with my controller getting rebound for no discernible reason. So I think I'm gonna have to save this real quick. So we're gonna make a save state here. And then I need to exit out of this and reopen it, because otherwise I can't rebind controls while the game is going. Oh, come on. I don't know why, but this program really does not like to play well with me using a controller. My only thought is it might have to do with what port I plug the USB into, but that doesn't honestly make any sense. So I don't see why that would be it, but I've got no idea otherwise. Okay, sorry, we're back. Yay, now we can switch tools. So that's Angie's watch. Please use it to fix up this mess. I'll go over to Sister Mary and make some excuses. I'll be right back. Cecilia, I'm counting on you, okay? I hate to use magic for a purpose like this, but... Wow, this thing really works! Huh? There's one book still left on the floor. Innocent one. Release. Let go of your ego. I am trapped within the sealed library. A book spoke to me. The same voice as in the dream. Where's this sealed library? I wonder if it's located somewhere in the Abbey. Alright, so, looks like we've got our objective. We need to find the sealed library so we can let whatever's speaking to us out of it. Oh, she already has Flame. Okay. So, we've got Shield, we've got Flame. Even if there's not another Crestcraft lying around, which I think there is, but I'm not positive. Even if there's not, we should be fine. A book entitled The Four Powers. The Earth Dragon, Gurdajef. Wow, they've changed some of these names for later games. I'm used to this being Grudiv. The Earth Dragon, Gurdajef. The Firebird, Moa Galt. The Wind Tiger, Fengalon. The Water Turtle, Stoldark. The Four Elemental Guardians. Magic Basics 1. Do not fear failure. You can always dissolve a spell. So yeah, if you saw when I was making the spell, there was an option that said dissolve. All that is basically you clear a spell out of what she knows, and it gives you back a crest graph, and then you can make another spell with that. So if we decide that we don't want shield later on, we can turn that into anything else. Like the one that increased responsiveness, which is just speed, we could switch it out for that if we wanted. Guardian Religion. They are the protectors of Filgaia. As faint as they are, the Guardians are living among us on this desolate world. All things come from the Guardian's power. So, not too specific, but still some more info. Okay, she already told us. Maybe it's Sister Mary. There's someone we need to talk to get more info about the whole sealed library thing. I'm noticing when I move when I move faster, such as sprinting, it seems like the capture has a little bit of an issue every once in a while. So I promise after this episode I'll look into that, see if Grim can help me out a bit. It's not frequent, it doesn't look like, but I have noticed it a couple of times. Maybe see if I can record at a higher bitrate or something, I'm not sure. Cecilia, thanks for your help. So a book is calling you to the sealed... Oh, sorry, I give her a ridiculous look. So, a book is calling you to the sealed library? Yes, it's not a dream. A shadow spoke to me and asked me to release him from the book. Sister Mary, I thought you might know. A book which speaks and a large shadow? A library in which many forbidden secrets are stored does exist. Where the sealed library is, that I cannot tell you. You were summoned by the Guardians to search for the sealed library. If you are the chosen one, you must do this on your own. So she obviously knows, but she's not going to tell us. Finish your rounds already? Sealed library. I've heard of it. I don't know if it really exists. Sister Mary or one of the older instructors. Abby's very old. There are many strange rumors and tales about it. I wouldn't be surprised if there is a book like the one you talked about. Usually sealed books are hidden somewhere hard to find. Alright, well let's just keep chatting up instructors and various people and see if we can find something. Sealed library? That kind of stuff is Lila's specialty. Why don't you ask her? Alright. So, off to speak with Sicky Magoo. Sealed library? Rather than asking one of the students, you should ask Sister Mary. Already did. Something strange about the courtyard. For some, the two statues become light as a feather. For others, they're as heavy as a mountain. Something about those statues is real spooky. Alright, so talk to Lila, investigate statues. I'm not the only one who knows this. Sealed library is a popular rumor around here. Something acts as a key to open the door, something. Alright, so we need a key to open the door to the sealed library. And we know that the statues are weird. So, obviously, our next point of action is going to be to check out the statues and see if we can figure out why sometimes they're light as a feather and sometimes heavy as a mountain. Okay, can't push them around. Okay. Well, nothing's happening. Let's try using the teardrop around them. Alright. Nothing doing, so let's try talking to some more people, see if we can find out anything about these statues. And, you know, slam headfirst into walls. That's good too. Okay, she still just says the same thing. This person still just gives information about the various elements. So, but someone's got to know about the statues. Haven't been here long enough. Sealed library, isn't that just a rumor? Well, apparently not. Never heard of the sealed library. Could there be such a place? I hear this abbey was built on an ancient ruin. Chef Jacques in the back knows a lot about this place. He's been here a long time. Sealed library? I've heard of it before. Something about the showing of a light being the key. Alright, so that's the only light we've got. So the teardrop almost certainly is going to be our key, as it were. But we still don't know how to use that key. Okay, she still just does that. What about the lady we got the pocket watch from? For the record, I know what to do, but we have to trigger it. Sealed books contain forbidden information. If there is a sealed library, it must contain the forbidden texts. Did we talk to the other girl up here already? Oh, that's right. She just lets us take a nap. Awfully decent of her. Oh, here we go. Don't know about any secret library, but I do know that two statues in the courtyard have secret switches. I want to push them so bad. Alright, that's who we needed to talk to. Because now we can go and push the statues around. There's a switch. Push it. There's a small switch. Push it. Alright. Now we're in business. Okay, that one's in place. And that one's in place. Alright, let's go see if that changed anything. No. Alright, showing of a light. Oh, I have to re-push them. Well, they said just show a light, and that's the key. And there we go. Alright, that's what we needed. I am the eternal darkness. Come to me, innocent one. Bring me your inner light. Well, I don't know about you guys, but eternal darkness doesn't sound like something I want to run to with open arms. And just in case something goes wrong, like in that first episode, gonna go ahead and save it just for safety's sake. Ideally, it won't be too hard to just run through the whole library and do everything in one go, but it may be necessary, because Cecilia is pretty fragile, being the mage of the party, that it may become necessary to come back out here and heal after getting a level or two. And I would rather not end up getting caught in there super weak and getting killed and having to redo all of this in addition to whatever progress we make in there. Alright, welcome to the sealed library. So yeah, if we need to exit, we just come back here and use the teardrop again. Okay. There we go. Just want to check in case there's anything in any of these boxes, because healing items are always welcome. We don't have anything to restore MP. So we've got plenty of berries, so we'll avoid using heal. Flame is probably going to have to get some pretty good usage from time to time. We'll see if she can kill these in one melee hit. So yeah, these books are going to be our primary enemies in here, and they all use magic just like she does. Okay, so it slowed us down, but doesn't hit very hard. Okay, So she can two-hit a book. So that's not bad. As long as we only have, like, single book encounters, I think we shouldn't have any trouble. Let's whack the gem. Medicine, okay, that's good. That cures disease, and disease prevents you from healing. Magic Carrot recovers 50 MP. Okay, so now that we've got that, we can use it in an emergency if she runs out of MP. And I actually will admit I had kind of forgotten about how Magic Carrots work in this game, because I'm used to, in the later ones, they often restore your, or not restore, they increase your force gauge. So they allow you to use force abilities sooner or more often or what have you. So I had thought that they did that in this one. I think, now that I think about it, the only way to increase our force might just be attacking and getting attacked in this game. The 3 books act as a door. They are called the Books of Doors. The key is the flame. Open the door and light the path. Okay, Books of Doors. That's, you know, really creative. Okay, book entitled Commandment 1. Do you want to read it? Knowledge can be a guide or an obstacle, depending on how you handle it. And this is honestly going to be the main reason that her prologue is going to take longer than the others, is because we've got a dungeon here that we're going to be getting periodic fights in, and there's all sorts of plot and information that I think is, you know, worth getting. Knowledge has true power when it is needed. Sometimes, though, it is more important to act on intuition. Commandment 3. Too much knowledge can blind the viewer. There is never a moment when this should be forgotten. Guardian of Desire. Guardians, elves, and humans fought together to protect Filgaia. Of the Guardians, the Guardian of Desire sided with the demons. The shadow of a black wolf, the Guardian of Desire, disappeared with the demon race. Okay, so despite the fact that the Guardians are said to be like spirits of Filgaia and protectors of it, at least one of them didn't fight alongside the others, and was instead on the whole destroy everything side. The life of Filgaia has been sustained by linking the weakened Guardians together through a pipeline called the Ray Line. This was a last-ditch effort of the weakened Guardians to support Filgaia to this day. The Demon's Heart. Together, the humans and the elves were finally able to defeat the Demon Queen. The Queen's heart was forever sealed into 3 separate Guardian statues. Okay, so, big war that pretty much decimated the planet, left the Guardians all weakened. They were no longer able to properly protect and provide life to the planet, so they linked all their powers together, and they spread the heart of the demon leader all around inside a bunch of statues for some reason. Enigma of the Elf. The enigmatic elf race. Much of the elf magic was truly astonishing. They specialized in magic related to biology. One of their technologies converted life force to energy for transport to other locations. Kinda sounds like a teleporter, like out of Star Trek. The Guardian Blade. At the bloodiest point in the war, one elf forged a sword of ultimate power. This sword had the ability to channel the Guardian's power through its blade. There is no record of the sword being used in battle, but it was about that time that the demons withdrew from the war. There is no doubt that the Guardian Blade was a major factor in the war. The Elf Dimension. Soon after the war with the demon race, the elves disappeared from Filgaia. They used what power they had remaining and moved an island still teeming with life to another dimension. Their destination is known as the Elf Dimension. So, the demons were fought back, possibly because of the super weapon that had been developed by the elves. Demons left, their leader's heart was split up around the world, The elves went to another dimension. The guardians were too weak to continue supporting life, and they went ahead and connected all their powers together so that they could do the best they could. Which, from what we know, wasn't quite enough because Filgaia is still considered to be slowly dying. But would probably be entirely dead already if not for the Guardians doing their best. Would be my guess. Yeah, I used Flame a couple times because while it's important to have that MP for later on for the boss fight, I figured it's not worth it to take a whole bunch of extra hits. I'm really glad we got that preemptive strike, because otherwise we would have gotten hit a couple more times. Okay. Increase her defense. Here's a book. Considering we just picked it up and couldn't actually read it, it's probably one of those books of doors they were talking about. Oh, 2 Gagasons, huh? Let's flame them. Oof. Alright, glad we got medicine earlier. They meow when we hit them. Beautiful. Luckily, everything is weak to fire in here, it seems. Whew. That did quite a bit of damage. We're gonna take out the book, because it casts spells. And we can't heal right now, which will take an extra turn to cure that. So we're just gonna... because if the book is gone, that thing shouldn't be able to kill us too quickly. Beat it and then heal up. Okay, so right now it looks like melee can 2-hit anything in here, which is okay. I'm not a big fan of the fact that we're running low on magic after just a couple fights, though. Alright, well, it said the books of doors and the flames are the key, so as heinous as this is, we're book burners now. There should be one more. And we'll take care of that, and then I'll read all the rest of these bookshelves, because there are a whole lot more. Trying to minimize magic usage, because we need at least a few points left for the boss. So there are a couple ways that we can do the boss fight, and I would like not to need to use the magic carrot. Okay, we got a couple extra points from that level up, so that's nice. Oh, there's the third book. Hooray for crimes against knowledge! Now we can go save something that speaks to us in our dreams and calls itself a spirit of darkness. This could in no way go badly, guys. Like, totally. We're gonna be fine. Let's see, with the level up... Oh, well, crit is good enough to kill in one hit. I was hoping to see if she could kill in one hit with a level up or not. I'd kind of like to grind a little bit in here, because these enemies drop a book that she can equip in her left hand slot that'll increase her magic power by a nice little amount. But we'll only go for a few fights. After a few more fights with the books, if we don't get one, then I'm not going to worry about it too much. Book entitled King of Beasts. Since the War with the Demons 1,000 years ago, many monsters have been born all over Filgaia. Rago Ragala, the King of Beasts, sleeps somewhere in Filgaia. Alrighty. The Tree of Life. After the Great War, a huge magical machine was built to restore the land from the devastation. The machine was named Yggdrasil, after the tree in the legends. The demons discovered the machine and stole the reviving mechanisms. Rather than use the mechanism to give birth to a new land, the demon's leader, Mother, used it to give birth to more demons. So we made something to save the planet, and it instead was used to make more of the things killing the planet. Hooray! Reach for the heavens. It is because humans do not have wings that they constantly strive to reach the heavens. With science seemingly limitless, some people reach for the heavens from a massive tower dedicated to magic. So, from that, it kind of implied that magic and science work hand in hand together in this universe. Falling from the stars. There once was a guardian who chased the tail of a falling star. He came crashing down to Filgaia with the falling star. The guardian of the starlight. Ligadobliet. Does he still sleep next to the fallen star somewhere in Filgaia? For the record, they changed that one to Star Row later in later games. I'm pretty okay with that change. Hidden magic. The basis for elemental crest magic is the binding of two elements together to generate magic. There are 32 secret elemental spells that are kept by the Magic Guild that are more powerful than the normal spells available. Use of magic. It is normally impossible to cast two spells at once. The Great Mage D devised a method to cast two spells simultaneously. Kinds of magic. After many failures, the Magic Guild was able to organize the crest combinations into 32 secret spells. Some continued the research to take the magic even further. The Arrival. The 1,000-poem legend prophesied the coming of Angalmoa. The demigod Angalmoa will arrive at a promised time to destroy and recreate all. He is known as the ultimate existence. Kema. During the Age of Creation, one woman had received a secret book from a heavenly messenger. The book contained information about the creation of the universe. It is said that it contains theories on alchemy and the ways of the heavens. And a fight. So, we got some information there about high magic, which is something we'll get later in the game. That, wow, she can one-hit books now. That's good. Something we'll get later in the game, which is just super versions of all of our normal spells, which is some nice stuff. And the thing about the Mage D, we can also eventually meet someone who will teach us how to do that double casting that he learned how to do. It's one of Cecilia's higher level force abilities. Rings of Time-Space. The Rings of Time-Space contain a power that no human should ever possess. The Rings of Time-Space are a seal that holds down the boundaries of time and space. The ring consists of two alignment circles. One circle designates northwest, southwest, southeast, and northeast. The other circle designates west, south, east, and north. The Esoteric Guardianism. There exists a secret sect of Guardianists who worship the power of the Guardians. These extremists believe in a complete return to nature as opposed to the harmonized coexistence with nature taught by Kirin Abbey. They left the safety of the common world to develop and instill their beliefs discreetly. The Forgotten Continent. The Ring of Grace has forgotten this land. Our continent will eventually end in warm desolation. That's nice. The Lost Guardians. In the ancient days, Guardians represented basic human nature. There were 3 Guardians who were in charge of higher energies beyond the 4 basic energies. These 3 Guardians were in charge of those who lived their lives according to their energies. These energies were the Courage Guardian, who had the power of growth beyond oneself, the Love Guardian, who had the power to protect what is precious, and the Hope Guardian, who had the power to believe in the future. In the old days, these 3 energies existed in everyone's hearts. Now, people have forgotten the meaning of these energies. The New Moon. The other moon that floats above the night sky shines its dull light down on the surface of Filgaia. Some say it's the castle of the demons and is made of magic silver. We have no way of knowing now. The hidden powers. Each unassuming tool has a mystic power within it. This power can be brought out of the tools depending on the psychic abilities of the user. So not everyone is able to use tools, and only certain people might be able to use certain tools. So if we had Jack or Rudy, they might not be able to use this pocket watch, even though Cecilia has no trouble with it whatsoever. Battle magic. Use the different elements to enhance your power against the opponent's elements. Using fire against ice monsters, for example, will increase the effectiveness of your attack. Nature's might. The Guardians sometimes use their power for earthquakes and lightning, but it is all part of the energy we need to sustain life on Filgaia. Alright, that book didn't really make sense. Ancient human weapons. The 8 golems were built by humans 1,000 years ago to fight off the invasion of the demon race. All but one still remains deep inside the ruins. A real study of these artifacts can only be done when all 8 of the golems are excavated. I don't think that's true. Why couldn't you just study the ones that you have? The elves. In the realm of the elves, the powers of nature are used as magic. They live on the path of eternity. They have long, hairy ears, but their silhouettes are human. No one knows the reason why they left or where they have gone. Alright, is that all? I think that's all the books. We're gonna check at the top of the stairs, but I think we're good. Let's try and kill the blue book first, because we know we can one-hit those now. And a crit, hooray. Not necessary, but it's still nice. So, like I said, I just want to do a few fights to see if we can get her that extra piece of gear, because it'll come in really handy. Excuse me. And if we don't get one by the time she hits level 3, then we're not going to worry about it. Yep, okay. That's all. And I think if we go down the stairs, we'll start dealing with the boss and getting nearer to the end of the prologue. So we're just going to stay up here for a couple more fights. We'll see how much XP this gives and then how close she is to leveling up. I'll figure out if it's reasonable to wait until she hits level 3 or if it would be better to just only try a couple more fights. $12 XP, so one book seems to give about 6. I think the Gagasons give as much, if not maybe a little more. Next is 42. Yeah, that's only a couple of fights. So, hopefully you guys are okay with this. I talked about this a little bit in Mega Man, but I'll mention it here too. Partly for people who don't watch that, and partly in case that episode's not up yet. I would probably just go ahead and cut this out if I had the ability to do so, but I've got no experience with editing whatsoever. I tried to learn some using Lightworks since it's free, just, you know, when I began doing things for this channel, but it was a horrible, horrible nightmare. I couldn't even get a couple of basic things to work, like changing volumes on videos. I was doing exactly what it was saying online when I was reading stuff, and it just wasn't responding the way that it was apparently supposed to, and I couldn't figure out what I seemed to be doing wrong. When I tried to get things out of my way and just like minimize them, instead they got completely shrunken, or completely closed out, and were just 100% gone, and the only way I could find to get them back was to totally restart the program. It was an absolute nightmare. Like, I fought with it for a few hours and was unable to get even basic things done. And decided that, at least for now, that's not something that's going to be a priority for me. Because it was a struggle, and I've got other things that I can better devote my energies to, and I can just try to carefully plan and structure episodes so that editing isn't often required. So that's part of why I'm planning to do most of my grinding and such off camera, is because then I don't have to worry about trying to edit it out or anything like that. Just so you guys have that information. I would like to learn later on. Okay, so Gagasons only give 4 XP apiece, so they're less than a book in, actually. I would like to learn how to do some editing later on, but I would probably need better software to do it in, because, I mean, Lightworks is free, so automatically that kind of implies it's not as good as better stuff, and I do have confirmation on that from some people I know who actually know how to edit, that Lightworks isn't really that good anyway. I mean, the main draw is that it's free. So, if I do learn to edit, I'll probably do so on, like, some of the computers and programs that they've got available here at the university, and you know, if I can find something I like and that I'm good with, like at least passable with, then I'll see, you know, how much it costs and consider either purchasing it, or I can also just throw things on flash drive or an email and edit them on university computers or something like that. So if anyone has suggestions for editing software and maybe some tutorials, that would be great. Otherwise, you know, it's not something that's a big priority for me right now. So, yeah, someday, hopefully, I'll learn some editing, and everything will be cool at that point, and I'll be able to start doing more complex things with these videos. But for right now, it's mainly just gonna consist of me being careful with what and how I record things, so that editing shouldn't be necessary. And if I do need to do editing, I'll try and get someone to help me out with it. I really would have liked that thing to attack her first, because then she would have had enough force to go condition green, which would cure the disease. Alright, well, we got a level, which is going to help with the boss fight, and unfortunately we did not get one of the books, so... Well, let me double check. I might have thumbed past one when I wasn't paying attention. Okay, nope, did not get a book, so unfortunately no magic bonus for us. Let's read these, and then we'll check that sealed book on the table. No one really knows who the Guardians are. The only place one can see them is in the legends. Wow, so many helpful and non-cryptic books here. De Le Metallica. A magic seal prevents it from opening. Alright, so we're going to have to come back here later in the game with a duplicator, which is just an item that we'll have in here, which is a key that opens magic seals. Alright, sealed book. Oh, this looks safe. The book monster. A human who wants to touch the forbidden book. I shall grant your wish and make you a part of my story. You're not the shadow that calls me, are you? So, we seem to have been had. Daughter of the way of magic, become my flesh and blood inside the forbidden book. Alright, so the reason we wanted shield earlier is because we can actually just use shield a few times, and our defense will be high enough that this thing can't deal us any damage at all. And then we just let loose with flame, and even if we run out of MP, physical attacks, and it can do nothing. So probably 2 more turns of shield, and then we'll be completely untouchable. Oh, already to that. Brutal attack does significantly more damage, so we're going to use it one more time just to be safe from brutal attack. And it should fall quickly with flame, I'll admit it, I'm being overly defensive because of that boss fight with Rudy that I did not expect to die on. So I don't want to risk screwing up like that again, especially with the amount of stuff we just went through, having to redo all of that. I mean, we wouldn't need to do any of the reading, obviously, but redoing the puzzles, fighting to get her a couple of levels, etc., that would take quite a while, and this is already the longest episode because primarily of the reading, because doing the extra battles only took like 5 minutes. Alright, does Brutal Attack do 0? Yes, it does! So we have 3 castings of flame left, and if we run out, we just whack it with a stick until it dies. Because it literally cannot touch us. But yeah, once we beat this thing... Okay, we have beaten this thing. So after this, we'll have some more plot stuff. We bring Cecilia to Adlehyde, and the party will finally get to meet up, and next episode we'll start with actual, main story stuff, because all the prologues have been resolved. This looks a lot safer. Oh hey, it's the Shadow. The Shadow figure from my dream. I am Stoldark, the Guardian of the Water. For ages the demon Nelgal has locked me in this terrible book. I have waited a long time for the Innocent One who would receive the Guardian Spirit. The Innocent One? Me? The world is at the turning point of darkness again. Innocent One, can you hear the anger of the... Can you hear the anger of the land and the wind? The screams of the sea and the sky? Wear me as your armor, Innocent One. I shall protect you in your fight for life. The battle for Filgaia begins again. Everything begins with Lalathea. So anyone who remembers from last episode, we got something from the elves in Jack's scenario telling us, don't wake Lalathea, it's a tool for destruction, everything will be bad, let her sleep. Lalathea, what does that mean? But now we're being told by Stoldark, the Guardian of Water, that everything is about to begin with Lalathea, so probably not a good sign. Welcome back, Cecilia. Now you realize the responsibilities of the women in the Adlehyde family. The female descendants of Adlehyde family share their thoughts with the Guardians. They must carry the burden of their destiny with them for the rest of their lives. No one can understand the pain and pressure which you must endure, but they can help you cope with it and make your life easier. Cecilia... Formatting, please. Something about, there are those who can help you shoulder the burden one's destiny brings. Walk proudly from the Abbey. You must travel your own path from now on. Alright. Well, we didn't in fact get a second crest graph, so that's unfortunate, but we've got the spells that we really need for right now anyway, so... Known you all my life, Cecilia. When it comes to studying and eating, I have no chance against your hunger for knowledge. And hamburgers. Come by any time. We'll always be friends, even if you do become a princess. What do you mean, become? I'm already a princess. Nobody take that out of context. That is only meant in the context of the game. I am not claiming that I, myself, am a princess. Just to make that stringently clear. Hey, I want to sleep. Rune Festival in Adlehyde must have a lot of news to report on. I want to go so bad. Oh. Alright, well... Will Nun Lady Magoo down here heal me then? Because you're not letting me rest. Bless the one who lives for today. Hooray. Nope. Okay, that seems to just be for status. Well, we'll save it and then head out. So, I might be wrong, but I think we have everyone to level 3 now. So, that's good. They should be pretty well balanced with each other. Adelaide is along the beach to the north. We'll miss you, Cecilia. The guardians from the legend have spoken only to her. Without a sound, the wheels of destiny have started to turn. The path she followed in the past was guided by her surroundings. She knew someday she would have to pave her own path to the future. The innocent one who the guardians speak of. It may be too heavy of a burden to be the sorceress of the ultimate power at such a young age. Yeah, no, that sounds like a pretty heavy burden to me. So we will keep control of Cecilia, and along the beach to the north. And we're there! Hooray! Quick and painless, not even a random encounter to be had. Holy cow, there's been an accident at Lalathea's tomb! Let's find Emma, this is out of our hands. No, you're both wrong. The injured are our first concern. Well, we've heard from 2 sources that Lalathea is significant, so sounds like we're probably going to need to go find that Emma person and get this all resolved next time. So, once again, thank you guys very much for joining me. I know I've said it both other times, but this is one of my favorite games of all time. I'm so thrilled to be playing it again, and to be playing it for an audience. I mean, hopefully, most of you guys haven't seen this before, and I hope I'm doing a good job of keeping it interesting for you, because I think this game is fantastic. It's really worth experiencing, and even if you don't experience it by playing it through yourself, hopefully watching me play through it and, give you kind of a low-quality narration and explain things as I can. Once we get to where, good backstory things come in, I'll share more of the knowledge that I have, but for right now, I'm trying to be a bit of an unreliable narrator, as it were. But yeah, I think it's a great time. I hope you guys are having as much fun with it as I am, and we're in for quite the ride, quite the journey. I will say that those 2 monsters that were mentioned in the library, the Rago Ragla, I think, yeah, they named it differently in this one. In the later ones, it's Ragu O Ragla, but I think it's Rago Ragla in this one. And the other guy who's the demigod, both of those are super bosses. They're the 2 hardest bosses in the game, and we will be fighting them later. So that I'm looking forward to, because those are both very fun fights, I think. All of the secret bosses are, actually. There's I think there's at least 10 super bosses. 11? Might be more like 12. There's a whole bunch of optional stuff in this game that you can do. There are a lot of options. Oh, also, I suppose I forgot to do this, just to show you guys real quick. Rune right here, that's for the Guardian. So Stoldark, the Water Guardian we just got, we can equip Guardians as items, essentially, and they boost your stats and do some other stuff that we'll see later on. So there are a whole bunch of Guardians to be found throughout the game, and a bunch of them are secret. There's a whole just plethora of super bosses and extra equipment to get, and all sorts of just awesome things. And I'm going to do my best to get every single piece of everything, because I believe I know how to do that for actually all of them. So, and if there's anything that I've forgotten about, I will look it up. Anyway, Oh, don't tap your foot at me. Anyway, thank you guys once again, and I will see you next time when the gang finally gets together and we go to investigate what's up with this whole Lalathea thing. Have a great day, and catch you next time.